What up, everybody? What up, everybody? Let me get to the spot. Let me get to the spot. Hey, everybody. What is going on? This is Plan Your Greatness, and I am your gracious host, Carlton Hamilton. And let's get started today. Today is Woke Wednesday. Yes, it is. And I've got a special question for you. How do we elevate ourselves to the next level if we are comfortable at our current level? We're going to discuss that here on Woke Wednesdays on the Plan Your Greatness channel. Hey, we are back. We are back. We are back. We are here on Woke Wednesdays on the Plan Your Greatness channel. And we're going to discuss this question this week. This is Prison Week. And all week we are answering the question, how did I do it? Because for the past 20 years, I've been asked the question, not every day, but I've been asked the question quite frequently since May 31st of 1999. That was the day that I was released from prison. And so since that time, I've become a father, a college graduate, a business owner, author, motivational speaker, and now a social media influencer. And so now, as I look back on that, I'm not amazed because I set goals, but to see those things come to fruition, yeah, it was pretty inspiring and pretty powerful. So we're talking about this week on every day. So we've discussed it on Motivational Monday, Turn Up Tuesday, and now it's Woke Wednesdays. We are answering different questions. And today we're asking, how do we elevate ourselves to the next level if we are comfortable on the current level we're on? So let me take you all back. Let me take you back to prison. Okay, and I've mentioned this before. Once I entered into the prison system from jail, there was like 3 levels of the jail. There was the new jail that I was in. Then I actually had to go through the old jail, which looked like a submarine. And then I went through this processing part, this holding cell, waiting for space to open up on the prison yard. And then finally I got to a prison yard. So during that whole process of actually settling in at the prison yard, I from my understanding, I went through the 5 stages of grief. So once that was over, once I was done and gotten to the last stage, which was acceptance, I had literally just said, okay, I accept the fact that I'm in here in prison. But what I powerfully did or did not do, I did not accept the fact of where my life was. And that's where things kind of began, because I took a look at my past. I looked at what were the results of my past. I then looked at who was around me, supporting me, who were the people that I kind of gravitated to. And then I looked at what was the outlook of all of that. And the first reaction, I said, oh, that looks bad. That looks real bad. That does not look like something that is going to be beneficial to me or anybody else. So quickly, as I had been settling into this comfort zone of mediocrity, I started to look around, and this is how I kind of explained it to my daughter. I said that when we are sick and we have a reaction, like we throw up, we get a fever, we get sweats, we have this body ache, we have to go to the bathroom. Those are all clear indications that our body is saying, hey, fool, you just put something in our system that we do not see of any value. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to help you get rid of it. It's either going to come out your eyes, it's going to come out your nose, it's going to come out your mouth, or it's going to come out the exit pipe back in. We're getting rid of it. Sweating, we're going to do that. And so I explained that to my daughter of where I was in prison, is that I now had accumulated all these things, and it was now I had to reach a level of being uncomfortable to move to the next level. Because in one of my other videos, with that connection of how I explained it to my daughter, this is how I explained it in the other video, that there are 4 levels of status, like in sports, athletic status, competition, productivity, execution. It is, you're either average, you're good, you're great, or you're elite. And what I was able to convey in that video is, in order to go from average to good to great to elite, there's always a small area or level of being uncomfortable. Because if you're gonna be good and not average, you've got to get into a space, because there's certain things that average people do, and there's certain other things that good people do. Good people, good athletes, good players, good bosses, everything. There's certain things that they do, and they don't just learn that by osmosis. It becomes a practice that they have to engage in, of them getting out of that average space to move to the next level of good. There's an uncomfortableness. And so now the same thing, to go from good to great, there is a level of being uncomfortable. You're probably getting up a little early. You're working out in the gym a little more. Athletes are the easiest one, because it's easy to look at what an athlete does, because it's typically connected to what their body looks like or the work that they're putting in. So there's going to be your body naturally, if you've been doing any sort of weight training or running, in order for you to get stronger, you're going to be sore. That's being uncomfortable to move to the next level of strength. So the same thing, to go from average to good to great to elite status, they're all levels of uncomfortable. So the understanding is, you must be okay. Matter of fact, you must be somewhat, I don't even want to say obsessive, but you must be very intentional in understanding that in order for you to move to the next level, you have to then become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Okay? So that was the thing. Now, that actually goes back to answering the question. How do you elevate yourselves, or how do we elevate ourselves to the next level if we're comfortable at the current level? Clearly, it means that you must then understand and be okay with being uncomfortable, because in that space of being uncomfortable, you're learning. I've also had that conversation with my daughter. I said, when you're in the school system, in order for you to go from first grade to second grade to third grade to fourth grade, each level you're going to get to a point of mastery, but then there's going to be a slight level of discomfort either at the end of the year or at the beginning of the next year. And if you're okay with doing that, then you're going to move up to the next level. And as parents or as mentors, we have to then be able to stay beside someone, and as they're moving forward. You do that as parents, you do that as coaches, to say, hey, look, if you want to get better, you have to understand that you're not going to master something right away. And I said this again with my daughter. We've had a lot of different conversations. We use basketball as the example. I said, sweetie, look how good you are with your left hand. And think back to when you first began dribbling with your left hand. It was very uncomfortable. Now it's very second nature for you to put that ball in your left hand to cross over. Is because we went into the gym and worked hours and hours and hours on that until it became second nature. Now you put that ball in your left hand and you're almost laughing at a defender like, you're going, all right. You know, I've been working with my, oh, you don't know that I've been working out with my dad for hours. So let me just show you how good I am on my left hand. Why? She, cross over, whatever. So that's the essence of it. If you want to elevate yourself in anything, whether it's sports or business, it's going to come down to you understanding that there's going to be an element or a time of being uncomfortable. You're going to need to read. Yes, you don't know what you're reading. So then, you need to read a little bit of this. Yes, that means that you're going to have to spend some time. You're going to have to do some different things. There's going to be that space of being uncomfortable. And when you are actually comfortable with being uncomfortable, you are absolutely on the path to planning your greatness. All right. So the call to action, our call to action on Woke Wednesdays is find something that you want to improve at, that you're not at the level you want to be at, and then just put the thought in your mind. I'm going to be better at this, but I'm going to experience a time of being uncomfortable. I'm okay with that. So that's what you want to do. Find something you're not as good as you are, that you want to be at. Tell yourself that you want to be good at it, but you also understand there's going to be moments of being uncomfortable, and you're okay with it, because on the other side of that being uncomfortable is going to be the success that you want. All right. So now make sure that you are hitting the share button, the subscribe button, the like button. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell so you can get the updates when we're going, I usually put it on as a premiere so that you can get like a 30-second heads up so you can get your stuff ready. And we're also on Instagram, and we're also on Twitter. So we're all on these Facebook as well. So I'm on all these platforms. So if you follow me on any of these platforms, you're going to be able to get an update. And as I always end with, plan your greatness. You know why? Yeah, because no one else will. I will see you all next Wednesday on Woke Wednesdays on the Plan Your Greatness channel. You guys take care, and I will see you then.
Was all alone. No one knew he was home.